Okay, we're back in part 2 of this series. What we're going to be doing now is we're going to be drawing a spline line here using Bezier curves to smooth this out and get the exact curves we want. Now, Bezier curves are named after a French engineer who actually worked for a car company in the 1960s, Renault car company. He found that in order to make curves you could adjustable, he invented this process, and we'll show you what they are. All right, so this is what we're going to be drawing. I'm just going to get rid of what we have in my scene so we can start over. So where's my scene explorer? Let me just highlight this and I'll grab my line and delete. Okay, so see if I can get rid of it here. Delete. Okay, it's gone. So I want to go up and I'm going to just trace a line on here. And so my create tab here has standard primitives in this first menu. Second menu here is shapes, and the top one is line. Okay, but because we're not drawing straight lines, we're drawing curved lines, we're going to call them splines. So if you notice down here, creation mode, there are smooth corners or regular corners, but if I drag the mouse, we can also create these Bezier curves by default. I'm going to do a sample of both. I'll drag the mouse and make some here, and then we will also just convert some of our corners into those. I'm going to change the initial type though, so it's smooth at least, and then I can drag for some Bezier. So I'm just going to start here at the base. I'm going to, for the first one, I'm just going to go click, and I want to follow the center of my arm up, and you'll notice it gets pretty close for that. Okay, now let me show you. That's not bad. Let me show you what that looks like then. If I had this on corner, well, let's finish here. And the smooth is actually going to work for our intents and purposes, but I do want you to try these Bezier. So if I left click on here, it will sell. Because if you notice, it's not a perfect match in a few of these areas. So we can fix these up. So how do we do that? First of all, let's click on modify. So we can grab the line we just drew, make sure the line is selected, and we're going to go in our selection here. You notice we don't have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now. Now we just have a few things because it's a line. It's not a 3D shape. So we can convert this to vertices, and that's going to give us all the little grab handles we have. So if you notice here, I can click on a specific vertex. I can move these up and down if I'm in my move tool. But if I right click on here, I can change this to a Bezier curve. And what it does is it gives us these two little handles that we can use to adjust the curve and the sharpness of it. So let me just, I'm going to drag a box around here. All of those are highlighted. I can go in and I can convert all of them. And what that will let me do is it will let me really kind of micro adjust this setup. So if I want to kind of change the curve, okay, I can do it more on one side than the other. Okay, come over here, and between moving my vertex and setting the angle and how steep it is, if you notice here, I can go real narrow, and so I just want to find a good average. That will set up. When you are happy with your line, okay, if there's any here that need adjusting, I will do that now. When you're happy with your line, then we are ready for the next step. So adjust them, play around with them, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks, and keep on drawing.